Hello, everyone. Christina Werner here. Welcome back to Mail Art Week. I'm starting out today's envelope with this really beautiful eggplant colored envelope from Paper Source. In fact, I think the color is eggplant. It has a really fun texture on the envelope. It's very, very beautiful. I thought I would play off the purple shade and use this collection of postage stamps that I just love this color combo with gold and orange and red and purple and pink. I just think it's so beautiful, especially kind of around Valentine's Day. It looks really neat. So, my idea behind this envelope is that the recipient's name would be on blocks of color. So, I'm using a T-Square ruler and drawing out 2 rows. I'm going to have her first name on the top row and her last name on the second row. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to bring in more colors. And a way to do that would be to have each individual letter in her first name be a different color. So I'm going to block out 6 different squares. Now, she only has 5 letters in her name, so I'm going to have that last square have a heart in it. I thought it'd be kind of fun just to bring in that additional element. So I picked out some different colors of acrylic paint pens. I'm using a couple different colors from Karen from their Pigment Deco Brush marker line. And I'm also using a few of Archer and Olive's acrylograph, which I'm really, really loving. I bought them years ago. Maybe not years. Well, yeah, it really was years, I guess, when they first came out. And I've never really used them until now. And I am in love with them. They coat dark surfaces so well. And if they don't completely cover in one layer, you can come back and do a second layer, very similar to what I do with the Karen Pigment Deco Brush markers. So I'm actually going to layer up the yellow and a couple of the purples to make sure that they are completely opaque before I move on. I'm going to use a nice purple shade down here at the bottom, and I believe it's a color I did not use on the top row. So I guess technically I have 7 colors used on this one envelope. So it's kind of a fun one to break out all of your different colors of ink or paint pens. So this would be really fun with like rainbow colors. I think that'd be really great. So after I had the basic blocks colored in, while those were drying, I penciled on the lines for the street address. And I'm actually going to use a white gel pen to write on everything. This is a number 10 bold jelly roll pen, and I really, really love this one because it's always nice and stark white. It's really easy to work with, and I actually just bought a couple more of those because I realized that I probably bought 10 of them a couple of years ago, and I've used them, and now they're just starting to dry out a little bit. So I ordered brand new pens online and they arrived and they're nice and juicy and they work so, so well. I know a lot of people really love the Uniball Signal Broad for a white gel pen, and I have used that in the past and I used to swear by it, but I actually find this number 10 jelly roll, the number 10 specifically, which is the bold version, I find it so much easier to work with. It doesn't skip. It's not as finicky and hard to work with as the Uniball Signal Broad. So I really recommend the Jelly Roll. And something interesting to note, Jelly Roll ink is waterproof. I don't know if you guys knew that. I looked that up online a little bit ago, and sure enough, it is waterproof. So that's kind of a great feature. So I did her first name all in block letters, just capitals, and then I did her last name in kind of a script. And when I did the street address, it kind of went a little bit longer to the right side than I had anticipated. So I added an additional orange block off to the side, and I think that looks great. I did use a paintbrush to swipe away any of the eraser that I had left behind. That's just sort of something I've started doing, so I thought I'd mention it. And as far as protecting this envelope, I did use Distress Microglaze over the top. I don't know that I necessarily needed it for this envelope because I think most things on this were water resistant, but just to be safe, I decided to do that. And you'll notice that the microglaze in this case really changes the color of the envelope. This is the first surface, I've discovered that the microglaze really changes the color of the envelope. In fact, I thought, oh, it'll probably just dry back and you won't be able to see it. But you'll see in the final photos that there's just a faint color difference. You'll notice it right up next to the postage stamps because I do not apply microglaze to the postage stamps. The post office needs to cancel those out, and the microglaze really prevents it because it puts a kind of a glazed coating over the top of everything, and then they can't do anything. So you'll notice in these final photos here at the end of the video that there is a little bit of a color difference right up there by the postage stamps. And the photo of this envelope was actually taken over 24 hours later, so it should have been completely dry. It's so subtle, it's not even noticeable. I think it's still worth using the microglaze, but just something to note for in the future. So that is the envelope for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back tomorrow with my third envelope for Mail Art Week. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to submit your address for future mail art, go ahead and use that link down below in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.